My dear sisters and brothers, I come to you in peace. This is Lotus, and just something was on my mind related to childbirth. In the words of the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, the womb is the creator's workshop. And one thing that I didn't do immediately following my natural childbirth experience, I have two daughters, is journal. I was just so in love with her that I didn't even think about journaling. So I am uploading this video to give any woman who is contemplating a natural childbirth or who's pregnant, whether this is your first pregnancy or you've had multiple pregnancies before this one. And I want to assure you that natural childbirth is something that is sort of like a rite of passage, if you will, in my opinion. And it's something that is so sacred. And I believe that all childbirth is beautiful. But I believe that natural childbirth puts you more in tune with what's happening in your womb as another life is coming forth. Now, like I said before, I have two daughters, or I've had two childbirths. One was not a natural childbirth; it was my first. I was extremely scared. I had so much fear that I mean, during contractions, I was extremely tense, and this basically just prolonged labor. And I opted to get an epidural literally 15 minutes before my daughter came forth. So with my subsequent pregnancy, I decided to be more proactive and do research on ways to cope with natural childbirth, the benefits of natural childbirth. My husband and I even the second time around took a natural childbirth class. So I'm going to just sum up some of the tips, if you will, or advice from what we learned from the class, and hope that you will expound on this. And these are things that actually worked. They definitely made labor way more manageable. I mean, and it's just so beautiful. So the first thing that is I think at the foundation, if you will, for anyone deciding to have a natural childbirth is to, number one, accept the fact that in any growth, that there is almost always some form of pain present. And this is true when one is having spiritual growth or mental growth. There's always some type of pain involved. That's the duality. There's the pain, there's the pleasure in any type of growth. So you have to accept that this would be also true for childbirth of all types of births. The pain is necessary. Number two, once you accept that pain is a necessary part of growth, you have to pray during your pregnancy that any fear that you have, that that fear becomes just, you just pray the fear away, so to speak. I can't put it any more simpler than that. And that, I mean, you have to be able to just be calm. I know, during labor, right? Yes, definitely during labor. But be calm. Practice your yoga, your meditation, your fire breath, which was coined by Queen Afua. This was the key for me. Fire breaths is just merely when you inhale, let's say for 4 counts, then you exhale for 8 counts, and you do it rapidly. And this allows you to banish all fear from the womb. That way you're connecting with your baby, and because all babies inside the womb are spiritual. It's not until they are born or come into existence that they are more that they start to be transformed really into physical beings, but they're spiritual more than anything. So they use their third eye and they feel vibration. So if a mother is scared and tense, then that baby does not really want to, that baby is holding on. You have to, and you relax, and you're letting your baby know that it's okay to come forth into the physical world. And when you release that tension, it just makes childbirth that much more enjoyable, that much more faster, because your uterus is able to do what it needs to do. When you're relaxed, it can. I'm convinced that it can do it more effectively. Music. This kind of happened by accident, so to speak. Well, it just so happened that when we delivered, the TV was literally stuck on a music channel, and most of the music that came across through the TV was jazz. It was also a little bit of R&B, but the melodies were great, and that just helped me to focus more on my breaths than the actual, pain of childbirth. Focal points are great. I took my computer when I was giving birth, and I had an awesome screensaver that I would use as a focal point. Aromatherapy, another thing that works wonders. Lavender is, you can get lavender oil, like in essential oil form, and if you just put a few drops of lavender essential oil on some cotton balls, and I had them behind my head in the pillow. Something else that works, the balance ball. This is great. This allows you to be in the position that is so appropriate for labor, squatting. You're aligning yourself more with and allowing the center of gravity to move the baby down. So when you're on the balance ball, it also takes pressure off of your lower back, and this is something that is so awesome to use before you're delivering, especially in your third trimester. I gained 80 pounds during my pregnancy, and as a result of that excess weight, not to mention the huge baby that I was carrying, I suffered lower back pain, and the balance ball was just wonderful. I would sit on it and just roll on it literally, and it was awesome. So I hope that these tips help you and give you just something to think about. Do your research. Fix this. Do your research prior to giving birth, because it's just an experience that I think every woman should experience personally. And if any of you out there has had a natural childbirth, then leave me some comments below. I would love to hear what you have to say, and just be a testimony, give a testimony to anyone else who's contemplating. Until next time, if it's the will of Creator, peace, live natural, be natural, and embrace all things that are natural.